What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Drea Kay, back with another episode of Let's Tell a Story. I have a special guest here, Mr. Austin Jaymes.
What's up? How y'all doing?
How are you?
Doing all right, man. How about yourself?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good.
You looking good.
Why, thank you.
Absolutely.
Who, me?
Don't do that to me, man.
Who, me?
Don't do that to me.
Thank you. For the people who may not know who you are, what do you do? Where you from?
All right. Austin Jaymes, as she just let y'all know, from East Louisiana Parish, Clinton, Louisiana, stand up, you heard me? I am a rapper. Also, I produce, dibble and dabble in that, you heard me? But rapper extraordinaire, as I've been quoted before.
Rapper extraordinaire.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're very talented.
Thank you.
I like your music.
I appreciate that.
I think that there are a lot of hidden gems here in Baton Rouge, and I want to highlight them. So
I agree.
This is your opportunity.
All right. I appreciate that. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. So where did you get started? How did you start rapping? How did you realize and figure out that you actually have a gift?
Man, in all actuality, probably the first time, if you ain't in my family, that like anybody know this story. So the first time I actually started rapping, and this is gonna date some shit, but my cousin, them, like, you know, we was in the hood, so they would record little songs, rapping about whatever. But we from the country, East Louisiana Parish, Clinton, like I said, you hear me?
Country town.
Absolutely. And we was on the porch, and I was probably like, I think I was like 12 or some shit like that. But they was all rapping, had shit they had wrote. And I was like, let me see the mic. So they owed all my cousins, like, you know, they got at least like a 5-year gap on me. So I'm like the little one trying to be on the porch when I ain't supposed to be on the porch. And so like he was like, man, whatever, don't give it. They used to call me Smalls. Don't give the Smalls, man, he good. So I'm like, man, let me see that mic. I grabbed the mic and I started freestyling. I don't remember what I said. That shit was years ago. But whatever I said, it apparently struck everybody by like surprise. And from that moment on, like everybody was telling me, like, bro, you got a gift that I ain't ever heard nobody have, because I've been able to, which is one of my talents that I like to highlight. You know, I can put together words pretty easily, you know, on the fly. So freestyle is what a lot of people say. A lot of cats say they freestyle. Let me tell y'all.
Y'all really don't.
They ain't really freestyling. They out here giving y'all writtens.
They be memorizing what they had wrote.
You heard me? It ain't many platforms that highlight that, but I'm telling y'all right now. But, you know, that thing was the thing that kind of like catapulted it. So I would say fast forward to like get to where I went to college. I ended up going to school trying to tell myself I'm gonna do some better shit. And
trying to live a dream.
Try real quick, bro. Shit almost came to the end like first semester, dog. It was crazy. We'll get to that story a little bit later. But met my brother, man, who is like I can't call him anything less. Brother from another mother, bro. Nick James, shout out Nick James.
Shout out to Nick James.
And he did something that brought that back out of me, because for a while, you know, we had done some stuff. Like I said, I started out doing it but with a couple of my cousins, we did some stuff. East Louisiana boys.
Oh Lord.
Absolutely, right. And but we had a couple little things that kind of like did some stuff. And from that, when I met him, like I said, fast forward, go to college, and it was a poem that he had. And I was like, man, dude, talented as hell. Like he read this poem at a spoken word contest, you know what I'm saying, at school. And I'm like, I ain't even know this nigga been in my room, like, I didn't know this nigga did
I didn't know you did
like, you know, so I hit him from like, cuz, like, at that time I had faded away from really rapping, and I started more so producing and trying to, you know, coming up with beats, because music has always been my passion. And then he hit me with I was like, man, you rap? He was like, yeah. I'm like, bet. Like, we need to, like, yeah, all right. From that point, you hear me? If you could come up with anything like that, nah, we gonna be millionaires. Like, and at that point, you know, we started fucking with the music, but back when we was fucking with it, like before this digital game really hyped up.
This social media.
Right.
Jesus.
Before that digital game was the thing, like it is now, and then you had to really like get hard copies and pass some hard copies around. I mean, you got to make sure you can get them hard copies to pass around. So shit, you heard me? We was young. We had to figure out how to get it, and we got it the best way we knew. And unfortunately, that way you focus on money a little bit harder than you think about music or rapping or some stupid shit that you think is stupid shit. Let me say that. But you know, I mean, you know, from that point, like we kind of kick back up, but then the streets
pulled you back in.
The streets are, you know, that money, man. It be
My money
real.
calling.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Nigga don't wear fake jewels. But
let the people know.
Anyway.
Cause some people be wearing some fake jewels.
I'm just saying, yeah. Anyway, but you know, from that point, we kind of died down, and then oddly enough, you know, people will tell you like the greatest tragedies can like bring forth, you know, the best gems, right? You get your best shit from the times when devastation is like the most, right? And 2016, like I know you know, everybody in this area know, everybody, you know, up my way lost everything, like 4-foot water in all houses, you know, that flood happened.
And you talking about the flood that happened in 2016 in Baton Rouge.
Right. Shit took everybody's shit. So at the point of nobody having anything and everybody having to collectively get together to, you know, like figure out what the next steps are for everybody, right? Because me, my bro, Wayne, shout out 40 over there, you heard me?
Shout out to Wayne.
My bro Nick, you know what I'm saying, Merle, you know what I'm saying, like Rome, you heard me, E Fresh, all us, like, everybody kind of like came together, man, and of course the core was me, Wayne, Rome, Merle, Nick, and we decided like, all right, me and bro had this talent that everybody kind of like rediscovered.
Okay.
And it was like, man, like why not? Right now we rebuilding already. Why not rebuild now? Like let's just start over.
And how has that challenge been? Because like you were saying earlier, before social media, we were literally getting it out of the mud.
Absolutely.
Out the mud. Like we weren't depending on our videos or anything. We weren't depending on anything to go viral, anybody in the world to see us. It was like we were kind of just coming from the ground up.
Right.
So now that social media is what it is now, how hard is it for you to establish a rap career or start rebuilding from the ground up?
Man, I'm gonna say this. All right, that's a great question. Because for a cat like me, man, who has survived as long as I have by staying low key and not being in people's face and, you know, nobody being able to track my whereabouts and what you got going on. You know, I learned from the OGs, like, you don't do that shit. You don't take pictures. You hear me? Like, I barely got pictures of myself that people could actually, like, push it together. My cousin was just putting together a little Instagram clip for the new song, Cold Steppers, and he was like, bro, I ain't got no pictures of you. I was like, it's good. They'll see me soon. Like,
one day.
Put the pictures of other shit. Like, well, you know, cause I was, you know, I was raised different. And so, like, for me, it was the challenge of overcoming myself, right? And getting outside of myself and being like, man, you can't put that shit out there, to actually actively having to, let me make sure all of this shit is seen at each point in time that I drop something. Whatever it is, you know, making sure that it gets out there the right way and that people see it and they can, you know, it's visible. That's the name of the game, is visibility, you know.
I think another struggle that a lot of artists like you, because if, you know, people listen to your music, they will find that you are very versatile. You know, you don't just stick to one lane, like you can do it all.
Right.
So has there been a struggle to find your lane being from where you are, Baton Rouge? Because we all know what Baton Rouge is known for.
Right.
Jig music, jig people.
Right.
Everybody want to jig all day.
Right.
But your type of music is not just for this lane, but it's for, you know, the world. So what is that, if there has been a struggle, what struggles have you found just trying to find your lane as an artist? Yeah,
man, absolutely it's been a struggle. I mean, especially like you said, coming from BR, everybody expects you to, man, you gotta put that jig, you gotta have that one, like for the club, you gotta have that bitch that
get it,
you gotta have that bitch that get a Bella Dolce, you feel me? Like, so like if you don't, you know, for me, I always try to, like, man, look at Currency. Like, you know, like I hit people with, you know, one of those cats, like, because there are cats who have made their lane, and granted, it probably was a fucking hard road, right, for them to actually get that visibility. And so the cool thing, like you said, which I appreciate, having that versatility to be able to go between either track, I feel like with the right people, if I need a feature, which I don't, but I'll take them.
I'll take them.
But you know, with the right song, right circumstance, no matter what it is, man, I make that shit burn. Like it's good. Like I don't feel like I need to stick to a specific style, right? I feel like if I give you an album, man, I can give you a story, and each style could give you something different. Like you might not feel like you want to be playing that slow track today, you know what I'm saying? But you go to the next one and that bitch up and it's still giving you bars, but you know, it's in my way. And I think my way doesn't have a style. I think my way is me. And I can just adapt to what I feel. Music is supposed to be a feeling. That's what I always felt. And I feel like anytime I hear a beat, it gives me whatever feeling it gives me at that that very first moment.
I agree.
And in that moment, I need to capture whatever that is. So no matter how it is, whatever it come out like, that's what I was feeling when it first hit. And so that's where you get that authenticity.
But as an artist, it's kind of hard to go off of your feelings because your feelings change so often.
Right, but isn't that as artists, right? Excuse me, I'm gonna cut you off.
Go ahead.
Isn't that as artists what we supposed to be giving to people, right? Because music evokes emotion. You know what I'm saying? So when people hear it, like, you know, they automatically gravitate to whatever it is, that feeling that they felt when they heard it. You know, so I feel like that's what we're supposed to be giving them. So.
Yeah. So when you do your music, do you keep that in mind, or is it just naturally flowing through you? Whatever you feeling in that moment, that's what you put out.
Naturally
it's not really, you know, because a lot of times us artists, we get attached to our songs.
Right.
And we get attached to what we feel and everything like that. And we sometimes forget to include the masses. Has that been a struggle for you?
It used to be. I'll say, especially with like starting back up, right? Like I said, we had a break and we came back to it. So at that startup point, it was hard for me to feel like I cared about what anybody else wanted to hear, right? It was like, this is the shit that I got on my mind. I need to get it out right now, you know? And like, so that made it to where I probably was a little more closed off to hearing ideas of, hey, look, this song right here might be the song, like, or this track might be the track that you could build off of. Now, you know, and being a few years removed from that mindset and looking at everything the way that I look at it, the totality of the game now, and how things are set up, and you know how you need to navigate. I think now I got a little easier to get to me to care about what you all want to hear and try and deliver that.
I think that is kind of hard because it's kind of like a lot of artists like yourself. It's a lot of pressure to put yourself in a box, to only do one thing, to only talk about a certain type, like certain topics and stuff like that. How do you kind of navigate, and how do you kind of stay true to yourself when you see artists like, you know, in the music industry being successful and having, you know, everything that we work to obtain?
Right.
So how do you kind of deal with navigating through all that?
Well, I mean, I look at it like, because I think the only way that gets categorized right is by the story you're telling. You know, so for me, everybody else telling whatever story they telling, hey, that's great. Tell your story, live your truth. You heard me? Like, when you listen to my music, bruh, like, you getting absolutely 1,000% what I have been through, or what I might be going through. Because like I said, when I hear something, man, whatever that beat evokes, that whatever that emotion is, I'm giving you what it is off that. I got some songs that people probably gonna hate me for that's about to get released, but it's cool. You hear me? Like, get at me later. We might be able to tighten some shit up.
Wait, why are they gonna hate you for it? Like, what you talking about?
Because I mean, one thing I had struggled to also do was make songs and be a little more personal.
Not holding back.
Right, like not giving so much of myself because of certain situations that would be happening, right? Certain things you be doing, you don't really want to like just be popping off at the mouth, man, you know? That's how people don't make it home. So for me, you know, being a little more removed from certain situations, it's easier to talk about more things now. So subject matter grew a little bit, but it grew internally, you know? It allowed me that this next project I'm about to get ready to release, man, it's gonna be some personal shit on it. You know, it's gonna be some actual in-depth stories, not just some good songs.
Give us a little taste of it. Like what you talking about on there? I want to know. I'm interested. I'm invested. What situations are you talking about on your project?
I mean, we're just talking about, you know, we're gonna deep dive into like life before actual rap game. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that I had to do to make sure I'm still here. The things that I had to do to get here, to even give the content that I can give on whatever tracks I'm giving. Things that's dealing with my family, you know, things that get a little deeper. You know, I got a little girl, so.
Oh, girl dad?
Girl daddy, right? Best dads are girl dads.
Oh, okay.
But you know, just things like that, you know, to give a little deeper dive, because I'm a private guy, man. Like I don't do all the hoorah hoopla, you heard me, because that ain't for me, you know. I like my business to stay my business. I like my door closed off to the public, because that's how it's supposed to be, you know. But like I said, you know, branching out, trying to make sure that I give the things that I've been feeling like I've been missing giving. And this next project should be something pretty dope. If you hadn't checked out the old mixtape, check it out. Strange Fruit, James Gang, you heard me. SoundCloud, you can look it up still, you heard me. We're gonna put it on some more platforms. We're releasing soon on all major platforms, don't worry. Coming to a site near you.
A site near you.
Absolutely. I'm in the director's chair, I feel good.
Oh yeah? These are kind of comfortable seats,
right.
You know?
Yeah.
So when you talk about like being a private person, do you think that helps or hurts your career in this industry?
I mean, I'll say this, cats who are, most of the cats you see that are stupid, outlandish with it, a lot of them niggas ain't sitting here talking to you. I'm just saying, like, talking to anybody, even if they are, it ain't face to face. But I'm just saying, like, some shit you can give, bruh, some shit you gotta hold back, man. Like, I feel like you let the world in on only so much.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, you still a person. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're an artist. Yeah, you got this thing going on. But at the end of the day, you still got to go home and separate. I got to separate myself from Austin Jaymes. You know what I mean? And, like, that's got to be that little bit that I might keep. It's just for me, to make sure I keep my sanity as a guy, as a man, as a father, you heard me, as a family man, you know, just to make sure that stays separate from what I got as an artist.
In this project that you just mentioned, Strange Fruit, where was that originated from? Where did that concept come from?
That concept honestly came from the fact that me and my bro, we both from like country parts of Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? And the norm for where we from isn't the kind of music that we create, right? So automatically, you know, that is deemed strange to most people, you know what I'm saying, that would hear us where we was from. Everybody would ask us, man, like, even people that would hear us that didn't know us would be like, man, y'all from like what, like Atlanta, like, man,
Hey, where y'all from? Y'all ain't from Baton Rouge.
Yeah, like, I can't be from around here. So that part of it, and then the actual song Strange Fruit, damn, I'm high right now, I can't remember my name. Don't do that. But yeah, the sentiment behind that song, I remember this. The sentiment behind that song made us actually name our album that, because the critics, the media, whoever the case may be, if you're hating, they might try and hang us with this because of the truth that we tell. Billie Holiday, my man, I appreciate that. Billie Holiday, Strange Fruit. But that song, you know, it resonated with what we were trying to do, as far as a title that could like evoke some kind of like, oh shit, let me check this out, because what they talking about. And when you listen to it, the album itself, the mixtape itself, because we gave it out for free. It was free game. Go look that up. We're gonna give it out.
Appreciate the free music, please.
Free game, you heard me. But it was some things on there, you know. We actually put together a mixtape where we use other people's beats and things like that. Some of them, but the content on it you know, it was just our freedom of expression on each track and how we felt on each track. And just crazy enough that when we put it together, it almost gave like a lineage throughout the actual mixtape. And so we were like, man, like, this actually came out pretty dope.
This is cool.
Right, and then once we did that, we decided we were gonna go shoot a video or a promo video for the mixtape. And me and my bro kind of came up with this idea of, well, if we're gonna do a promo, why not just like make a mini movie? Like the mixtape already feels like it tells a story. Let's just do like a little mini movie. So we picked 4 tracks and put it out. It was on YouTube. YouTube, y'all some hoes. Y'all tried to block us talking about we sound too much like the original Mary.
Wow.
Yeah, we did a track of Scarface, Mary, and they told us our likeness was a little too much like the thing. And
Like they get to decide.
Right, they blocked us. Let us get sued, motherfucker. Like that's what I was saying. Like you bitches gonna block
Stop
my
playing.
views. Yeah, come on, man. What's wrong with y'all?
Do you feel like as an artist in Baton Rouge, do you feel like there is a lack of inclusivity?
And okay, so inclusivity from what?
Just being in the music industry.
I mean, I would say, yeah. I think music, like execs and labels and shit, they come down here looking for one lane, right? One lane only. And what they missing is the immense amount of talent that they got on the back end. You know, you got cats that really, really can go. Like you know, a dude named Joe Scott. I kind of got hip to him because he can go. Like
Official 2.
boom.
Titanic.
My bad, Queen. Titanic can go. You feel me? Like it's a bunch of artists out here that have this talent and think we being overlooked just because they come down here looking for one lane. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that lane. You hear me? Get your money, do your thing. You hear me? But it's so much more to be all to the South, to, you know, the way we actually can represent for where we from, you know.
What do you think of like artists who are from the South that have made a career doing what they love to do? Like artists like Lucky Day, he's from New Orleans. Like, do you think that artists here necessarily have to move away to another city just to get the recognition that they want, or just to, you know, live in their dream, to do music?
Look, Louisiana Daiquiris Factory. You can follow me at LA_Daiquiri Factory. And look, this how we rolling with it. I'm making daiquiris with premium alcohol. You see this here? That's what I'm making my daiquiris with. This is apple cognac. We make this with V-Long. Yo, this shit fire. We make a tropical passion with this new Ciroc. We got a green apple. That's his favorite.
It's my favorite, y'all.
Peach Douce, strawberry Hennessy, plenty different flavors. Just follow me at Louisiana Daiquiri Factory. Simple. You can call me, DM me, or text me, and I'm pulling up. Certified. You heard me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got drink.
Down.
So do you think that artists like yourself who aren't necessarily in the lane of jig music or whatever, do you think that they have to move out of state in order to get the recognition and that they deserve, and to also just live their dreams?
I mean, I think to each his own, right? Like, I don't think you necessarily have to move away from Louisiana to make it pop, you hear me? But you definitely need to get out and branch out, travel, you know what I'm saying? Like, go make sure them other cities know who you are, because I know, like, for us personally, when we went and shot the mixtape video in Texas, in Houston, that helped us a lot, because we ended up getting calls from Rap A Lot, you know what I'm saying, cast affiliated, even Head Man himself hit the line, you know what I mean, and showed love just based off of some tracks that we had done, because they got wind of it based off of us being willing to branch out. I don't think, you know, me personally, I ain't gonna stand. I moved around Louisiana, but I don't think it's nowhere like home. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not willing to move, but you know, I've never been closed-minded. But for me, there's nowhere like here. So if I can, then I'm gonna reach everywhere else, but I'm gonna do it from my home base. You know what I'm saying? My home base it's sad to say sometimes, yeah, it take a minute for, you know, home to catch on to you, but once they do, then it's love. You know what I'm saying? And it's never gonna be nothing but love from me. So it's love.
Oh, always. So what are some steps that you're taking as a local artist to kind of branch out and become a mainstream artist?
I mean, the biggest steps is, like I said, and it's the thing that I think everybody should really focus on is visibility. You know what I'm saying? Making sure I put myself in front of a camera with somebody that like yourself,
Like me.
right? Drea.
Drea Kay.
Right? You hear me? But other than that, I mean, it's just perfecting my craft in the event that whatever platform I am, you know, putting myself out on, that whoever is listening with a keen ear and can be able to pluck me from this big pool of talent we got right in here in Louisiana. But for me, it's always just perfecting my craft, you know, that I feel like would catapult to the next level.
Do you follow artists like Lil Russell on social media
I don't.
and his messaging? So he's an independent artist, right?
Okay.
And he puts other independent artists on game.
All right.
So he lets them know basically his process and his steps of how he is and staying independent. So is that something that you desire, to stay independent or to sign to a major label?
No, that's a great question. And this is for and me learning and being in this, you know, messing with this game and having deals put on tables. Don't get it twisted. Nigga ain't just out here. And I had shit put on tables. But we passed it up, and the reason why we declined, even in the past before we started Fast Life Music Group, was I never felt like I wanted to. I feel like working a 9 to 5, I fucking hate it. I don't want to work for
my
somebody.
God.
So
No.
signing to one of these labels, for the most part, I'm not gonna say that everybody's situation is the same, but for the most part, the things that I was presented, it felt like a 9 to 5. Like it felt like nickel and diming me, and I know what my talent is.
Your worth.
Right. So if I could capitalize myself, you know, and make it to where everything that I do is profitable for me and mine, by all means. Like I said, I mean, we received a couple years ago, we received like major offers, and so we bittersweet. We turned them down, right? We talked about it. It was long conversations, but we did decline those offers, and for me, it felt like it worked out for best, like because I still got the freedom to do the way I want to do. Time is time, as long as I'm investing in the passion that I feel like the time won't be wasted.
So the fact that a label presented themselves to you in a way where they wanted to sign you, does that give you confirmation as to, you know, what you're doing and the steps that you're taking to go to a global platform and everything like that?
Oh, absolutely, I do this. You know what I'm saying? But that, like you said, that was like confirmation to let us know that we weren't out here spinning wheels. You know, that's what I think a lot of artists, you know what I mean, when you putting out content, you're trying to get your music heard, you know, you see like minimal feedback, you know, from what you've done, and you kind of like, a lot of people get discouraged. And when you hear that thing, even if you're getting like, because we were getting, we were getting way minimal feedback before we heard those things. But when we heard those things was when we put out that mixtape, and we put out the video for the mixtape, and like that, like stuff started moving, and it was crazy because we weren't expecting that to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it kicked off the way it was supposed to. So I feel like, you know, a lot of people do will get discouraged, you know, or be complacent if they feel like, damn, like, you know, my shit not moving the way it's supposed to move. But for me, man, it was always just put your head down, keep going. But getting that extra little encouragement from them people, like saying, like, hey, we want to talk about.
We see you.
Like, like, let's talk about what we can do for you. You can do it. I'm like, distribution.
That's it.
Distribution.
And that's all I
like,
want.
Can you do that? And they're like, well, we need when you hear that, yeah, all right, I'm gonna talk to y'all later, because distribution is what we need, you know.
I think that the narrative has changed when it comes to signing to a major label. I think that because of social media, it hurt and helped artists, but I think that it helped artists to realize their worth.
Right.
And to realize that they do not need a major platform or a major label to put bread behind them.
Right.
I am an avid believer, and we have artists on here as well who create their own streams of income to pay for their music videos, photo shoots, recording, and everything like that. Is that something that you wholeheartely believe in, just investing in yourself to get to where you're trying to go?
Absolutely. I mean, and as an independent, as an independent artist, that is absolutely the thing. I'm also a co-label owner, so I 1000% believe in investing in myself. Now, being responsible about it is the thing, right? Making sure you're not wasting resources and wasting, those things that you will need if you do get that thing that you can steamroll. I think a lot of people do fall short there. Buying unnecessary shit, like doing shit to make your artist, right, your artist image boost when you ain't really out there like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's niggas who get it before the game. You know what I'm saying? And you could do that, and that's great if you could do that. But if you really out here trying to like supply your craft, you know what I mean, then by all means, like, I do agree with being able to fund your own craft to get to the next spot.
And authenticity, like you said, just knowing yourself and knowing who you are, knowing your worth, being authentic. I think a lot of people and a lot of artists are catching on to the fact that being their authentic selves is what's putting them and pushing their music.
Right.
So within your purpose, do you feel like your purpose is to tell your story within your music, or do you feel like your purpose is in something else, or doing something else?
I would like to believe that my purpose is within telling my my story through my music. Which is why I've been able to, fortunately, branch myself out to every aspect of this music thing, in our realm of this hip hop world. So, I would say that the ability that I have to actually write, create story, and my story though, being told in that same fashion, should be a thing that everybody connects to, man. I hope so anyway.
So your new project, when does it release? When can we get our hands on it?
I'll say this, we're looking at releasing it before summer, so I'm trying to heat the summer up for real. Like, a lot of people say you don't drop in the summer, you do a little fall, winter joint, but try and heat the summer up, man. We got some good stuff that we want everybody to get a hold to, man. So be on the lookout, man. Got a couple singles that's gonna be dropping soon, a couple little teasers. So y'all just be looking out, bro. We'll put y'all on.
And where can they find you? Where can they listen to your music and everything like that?
Fast Life Music Group on Instagram. You heard me? We post on there direct. We got links on there that you could go and click for the YouTube to go and find the old videos that we got, new videos we got coming up. Mixtapes on SoundCloud. We also gonna be on Spotify, all major platforms, iTunes, all that good shit. So just be on the lookout. Fast Life MG, yeah, man. Come follow us on Instagram.
Y'all everywhere.
Yeah.
Y'all doing collaborations?
Yeah, man. Look, we ain't turning our nose up to shit. You know what I mean? Like, just make sure, I'm looking to work with every artist who hungry and beyond. Like, right now I got a song with Spitter that we're gonna have on the project.
Shout out to Spitter.
Shout out Spitter, you know what I mean? Got a song with CC Street we're gonna have on the project. Shout out CC Street.
Shout out.
I'm looking to collab with whoever is out there that wanna work, bro. Like, I'm about it. Like, let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, shout out to y'all. Shout out to
you.
Shout out to me. Stop. Shout out to Baton Rouge.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Baton Rouge artists.
Clinton, Louisiana, stand up. You heard me?
Clinton, Louisiana.
Bottom boy.
Everybody who's doing something, everybody who is working towards something, everybody in this music industry, we appreciate your artistry. Everything you bring to the table. Make sure you all check out our interview as well as the other interviews on the Antidote Network. Y'all need to subscribe because y'all don't be subscribing. Y'all be looking. But y'all don't be, but y'all need to be subscribing. Stop playing.
Click that link. It's going to be down there. You heard me? It's going to be down there. Look for it. Click that.
Click the subscribe button. Make sure you all check out my guy. Check out everything that he has going on. And that's a wrap.
Absolutely.
See y'all.
Peace.